Yeah, I'm actually excited. We just saw, I don't know if the camera's on the field right now, but we just saw Randy Miller and Roman out there at the plate going over the rules like
Two
you said.
managers.
You got it.
Yeah. The outfield is going to line up like this for OMG. Catching is Darren Bishop. Pitching is Alex Oderbigian. First base Gary Thal. Sergio Haro's at second. Daniel Cotillions at short. Troy Camacho's at third. Lance McDormand is in left field. Keith Berglund in left center. Paul Gates in right center. And Danny Birch is in right field. And leading off for Quake is going to be Mark Emmerman. Then hitting second is going to be Shea Coolidge.
All right, well, right before we get started, I want to let everybody know that today's games are brought to you in conjunction with America's Finest City Softball League, San Diego's largest LGBT sports league. Founded in 1981 with just over 4 teams, the AFCSL has grown to more than 40 teams and 500 players. Like we said earlier, whether you were born with a ball in your hand or never even held a glove, AFCSL has a team looking for you. If you want more information on our next season, which starts in September, please visit afcsl.org for more information.
All right, and the first hitter up, Mark Emmelman, grounds one to short. The toss gets away from the shortstop, Daniel Cotillion, and Mark heads on down to second base. So a little dribbler to short, doesn't quite turn out defensively how OMG had hoped. And we've got a runner at second and nobody out, top of the first inning here.
And, you know, this could be a prelude, you know, to the game. There might be a little nerves out there. As we discussed, there's a lot riding on this for both teams.
Right.
So we'll just kind of have to see how it plays out. But these two teams are veterans and should settle down here.
Yep. Shea Coolidge steps into the box. Shea has got a big arm. He's new to the team, so he's got a runner at second in scoring position. He swings at the second pitch and skies one out to right field, and that ball's going to drop. And it does not look like Mark's going to score on that because he wasn't sure if they were going to catch it out there.
Yeah, so we've got a situation here, back to strategy now, with Bobby Garcia coming up. You know, runners at first and third. We'll see what Bobby's going to do here.
First and third, nobody out. Bobby Garcia, the 3-hitter. He is a tremendously gifted player. He drives all the way out here from Phoenix just to come to the games. Bobby's in an optimum spot here. And he rips one out to left center, and that ball is going to be caught. Runner at third tags, and he is going to score. So an RBI on the flyout for Bobby Garcia as Mark Emmelman scores from third.
And that leads us to today's first hit on, or I'm sorry, the first out there, which leads us to the first.
It's fine. It's a first hit.
Yeah,
First hit.
sorry.
We already had our first hit.
Yeah, I'm behind here. So today's first hit on the green is sponsored by Green Carpet Growing, San Diego's home grow cannabis experts. If you're interested in growing your own cannabis supply, check out one of their many social workshops or invite them to an in-home consultation. Visit them online at greencarpetgrowing.com.
Mitchell Barnes is in cleanup right now. Mitch is a Cloud Sports Network friend, and he grounds one back to the pitcher, who turns to second for one, on to first, and they turn the double play to get out of the inning.
See, we've got some fans over here for OMG over here.
This is a big game. There's lots of fans around here. So Mitchell grounds out into the double play, and that's the end of the inning. At the top of the first, it's 1-0 Quake, with OMG coming up. Let's run down the lineup for OMG here real quick.
And before we get to that, I just want to let everybody know that registration is now open for the 35th Annual Autumn Classic Softball Tournament in San Diego. It's between October 5th through the 7th. More than 70 teams are expected to converge on San Diego's America's Finest City for one of the largest annual LBGT sporting events in the world. To register your team, visit autumnclassic.org.
All right, leading off for OMG, we've got Daniel Cotillion at shortstop. Hitting second is his brother Joe Cotillion. He's the extra hitter. Hitting third is Troy Camacho, playing third base. Keith Berglund is the cleanup hitter. He's playing left center field. Lance McDermott is in left field, hitting fifth. Paul Gates is in right center, and he's hitting sixth. Darren Bishop is the catcher, and he's hitting seventh. Sergio Haro hitting eighth at second base. George Thull is at first base, hitting ninth. Alex Ordubegian, and I promised I was going to get that name right. I'm sure I'll hear from Alex if I didn't. Hitting 11th is Jonathan Hewlett. He's an extra hitter. And hitting 12th is Danny Birch in right field. And Randy Miller, who is the coach of the team, is a sub, if need be. The outfield lines up like this. We've got Roman Jimenez on the mound pitching for Quake. Bill Moore is catching. Chad Hermendorfer's at first. Mark Emmelman's at second. Ralph Castro at short. Joseph Mendoza's at third base. Jake Bowers in left. Bobby Garcia left center. Shea Coolidge right center. And Brian Mortensen is out in right field. Leading off Daniel Cotillion.
You need to take a deep breath there, Bucky. That was a lot to get out, but you did a great job.
I had to get all that in there. Hey, got to get everybody their cred, right?
You got it.
Everybody needs their props. Here's Daniel. And he lines one down the right field line. It's just foul. He had the right idea, and with his speed, Daniel is a quick, speedy guy, and that's why he's hitting leadoff. You want him on base for sure.
Yeah, that was a good strategic hit there. That just fell a little foul, but that was a good idea he had.
Let's see if he comes back to it and tries it again. We got a 1-2 count. This one's got to be fair. There's no foul balls to give. There's the pitch. And he hits one right to third, and Adam played short for the quick throw, and they get him at first. One thing you know for sure, these guys know each other, don't they, Scotty?
Oh, they do. And they have been watching each other all season. So, like I said, it's fitting that, here in one of the last games of the season, these two are matched up against each other.
Yeah, and here's Daniel's brother, Joe Cotillion, the extra hitter. He's got some pop, folks, so let's keep our eye out for it. There's the pitch. And he sends one out to right center. It's between, and they caught it. The right fielder, Brian Mortensen, chased that down. For a minute there, it looked like it was going to hit a gap, but Brian chased it down with good speed. And we've got 2 outs now in the bottom of the first.
And another thing we got to keep our eye on out there in that outfield, especially as we saw with that play, is that Sun. That looked like it might have played a small factor there, but he was able to recover and catch up with that ball.
Yeah, depending on the times of these games, the sun can be a real factor. Troy Camacho is up, hitting third. He's going to hope to get a little 2-out something going here. And the first pitch by Roman hits the plate, and that's a ball.
Yep, a perfect example about what we talked about earlier.
Yep. Troy's a veteran, so you got to figure he's going to try and just pop one out in the outfield here real quick. And he goes to the right field side, and that ball is foul. So that's going to make it 2-2, the count. So this one's got to be fair, right, Scotty?
There's a ball on the field out there. I don't know if they see it. They just got it over there. That must have come on from one of the other fields.
Ah. And they will stop the game for that, for sure.
Yeah, that's a safety issue.
Safety issue and a confusion issue for someone like me who doesn't see very well. I might see the ball that came on from the other field and call that as part of the game that we're calling right now. So it can be a very dangerous. It's a dangerous situation for me, Scotty.
For everybody.
I got to get out my binoculars for those. We got a 2-2 count. This one's got to be fair for Troy. And he shoots one out to the second baseman, who makes a nice play, and the throw is wide to first. So that's what good hustle will get you. You got to run them out, even if you think they're going to make the play on you.
Hey, and Mark made a fabulous play on that ball. I mean,
he sure did.
Leaning back, it was really well hit. Troy is known, to kind of get that sharp hit over to the right side there, and Mark had him played well.
He did everything he could. Keith Berglund steps up. He's the cleanup hitter. Keith just got back from an amazing European vacation with his beautiful wife. If you're a friend of his, if you're a friend of his on Facebook, you saw some of the amazing pictures. And he skies one foul down the right field side, and that one's going to go out of play. Keith is hitting cleanup as well he should be. He's got tremendous power.
And, Quake has to play him, and it looks like they are, but, he does have, like you said, great power. So, it's going to be a tricky one here. They're already, OMG is down 1, and they've got to play, if they're going to play him straight up, give him a little room, or see. But with 2 outs, it looks like they're going to kind of play him a little.
They're playing him safe. They don't want to get anything behind you. So we got 2 outs, 1 man on at first. Keith Berglund, the cleanup hitter, is up, and here's the pitch by Roman. That's inside, so we've got a 2-2 count. He fouled the first one off. Remember, it's a 1-1 count to start with. So this one's got to be fair. Here's the pitch by Roman. And Keith drills one to shortstop, who makes a good scoop, and he's going to take it right over to second base and make the out. Ralph Castro made that play clean all the way, unassisted.
That was a great play by Ralph there.
So we're at 1-0, bottom, heading up to the top of second.
OMG is sponsored by Flicks. In business for over 35 years, right in the heart of Hillcrest, Flicks is one of the country's first video bars and has become one of the best times in the city. With an incredibly diverse clientele and great drink prices, you're bound to meet someone new and have a great time doing it. Check them out on University Avenue between 10th and Vermont or online at sdflicks.com.
Okay, gang, we're back to it here. We've got Joseph Mendoza, who's going to be leading us off. This is a great story that I learned about Joseph Mendoza. He was a coach of another team, and one of the teams from the league went out to practice. And Joe had the field reserved, and Joe was trying to kick this team, the team from the softball league, off the field. Actually, did. They got to be friends, practice. Next thing you know, Joe is on the team that he was kicking off the field. Great story.
That is a great story.
Joe's got great power, and he leads it off. And there's a shot right up the middle. It's heading for the gap. Let's see if he turns for two. He makes a big turn, and he's going to go back as they get it in quickly. So there's a single up the middle.
That was a beautiful, beautiful hit.
Textbook, huh?
Yeah,
First pitch, didn't wait on it, got a good pitch, and took it. Ralph Castro, the shortstop's up now. Smart, fundamental ball player. Let's see if he can move Joseph over a little bit here. First pitch is a little short. Ball one. Ball two, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Ball two, yeah. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman. He turns it over to second, and the throw gets away from the second baseman, Sergio Haro. And we're safe at second with a close play on the throw back in. Great hustle by Ralph Castro. Terrific hustle. Mendoza's at third. Ralph Castro's at second on the error. And Quake has a little something cooking here with nobody out. Runners at second and third. Jake Bowers is up.
Yeah, and it looked like, Troy had a rush at Bobby was running. He's got some speed over there, so that put a little pressure on them.
Roman's first pitch is a little bit short. Let's see if Jake made the commute all the way from LA for a good reason here. There's the pitch. A little outside, so we're at 3-1 right now.
And I don't know if you saw, that was another example. Hit the edge of the plate there. So.
Yep. And there's one right down the pipe for a strike. So we've got a 3-2 count, full count here. This one's got to be. Runners will be looking to run. There's the pitch. It's a little outside. It's taken to the shortstop, who's going to go it goes a long way to first. It gets by the first baseman, and the runner from second is going to score. And so on the error,
there was
on the
two
error,
runs.
yes, we got 2 runs on that. Ralph and Joe both scored.
Yeah.
Errors are, boy, they are the devil when you're playing softball.
Yeah, and you almost have to wonder if there's a little pressure out there, as to what's leading to some of these errors, because normally these teams, like we talked about at the beginning, are 2 textbook teams.
Yep, maybe a little nerves, huh?
Yeah.
Brian Mortensen in the box right now with nobody out still. We've got a 3-1 count here. Runner at first, nobody out. 2 runs in. Quake's up 3-0 already. And here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball behind third. Third baseman goes back and bobbles and makes the catch. Stick a fork in it, and he got it. So we're 1 down, huh? Runner at first.
He sure did stick with that, and who knows if the sun might have been in his eyes too, because he was looking straight up there.
Sunny San Diego.
Yeah, but what a great play there by Troy.
Yeah, so we got 1 down. And this is Chad Hermendorfer. Chad takes a strike on the first pitch.
And Chad is coming off, he had some foot surgery and some foot issues, so he had some time off too. This Quake team, like we talked about at the beginning, has just been plagued with some injuries.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. A little inside. That's going to make it a full count here. Lots of full counts. We got a runner at first and 1 out. Here's the pitch. He swings and he misses for the K. That's the second out of the inning, and that is a big strikeout.
Yes, it is. maybe he gets OMG some time to reset here. And see what we've got now. We've got Billy Mara, though. He's a good hitter here. Very crafty.
He's a veteran, 20 years with Coach Roman. So Billy Moore with 2 outs, see if he can make a little something happen. We got a runner at first who's going to be going. Takes it over to third base, and he makes the play and throws to second for the 3rd out of the inning, and that'll do it. But Quake does come up with 2 more runs. We've got a 3-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Well, you know, Bucky, more than 5,000 players and fans are expected to invade Tampa, Florida for the 2018 Gay Softball World Series.
Sounds like fun.
Yes, it does. It's going to be taking place September 3rd through the 8th. There's over 200 teams will compete across 6 different divisions from A to Masters. For more information, visit tampagsws.com.
Like I said, folks, 200 teams. That means there's a team out there for you, so come join us. We have a lot of fun out here.
Yes, we do.
All right, leading off for OMG is Lance McDermott. Lance is a veteran who has got big power. He's just a really good all-around ball player.
Yes, he is. And, you know, before we move on, I just want to give some credit there. Troy made 2 great plays to help them. You know, they got themselves into a jam. And he was able to make 2 really good plays to kind of help his team get out of that. So let's see if they can jump back into this game here.
You know, third base is a lockdown position. Here's the first pitch by Roman. And it looks a little inside. Ball 2. I'll get it. I know it. I play. Here's the second pitch. That's a strike.
That was
right
a
on the inside
pitch.
corner. Yeah, so now we've got 2-2. This one's got to be fair for Lance. Bottom of the 2nd, 3-0 Quake. And Lance grounds one to the shortstop and right through the wickets. We're playing croquet. And hey, you hit it hard and something good might happen. You never know.
You know, and that's one thing that's great about this game. You know, you got to put that ball in play and everything else does the rest. And you know, like we said, you just never know how it's going to end up. You know, these teams know each other, so let's see what happens.
Yep, Paul Gates is up now with a runner at first. Let's see what happens. Nobody's out. Here's the first pitch. Right off the plate, and that is a ball, as our friend Scotty here has let us know several times.
Yeah, and if you're able to see that from home, this is a good example because we've had quite a few of them on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And that one's inside, so we've got a 3-1 count. Paul would be very happy to get a walk here and put runners at first and second with nobody out. Here's the pitch. That one's going to go outside. We're going to get a walk here. So we're going to have Lance at second and Paul at first. And nobody out with Darren Bishop coming up. Darren's got some pop.
Yes, he does.
Hoping to keep a rally going here. They're trailing 3-0. We'll see what happens.
I've played a couple of years with Darren, and like you said, he does got some pop. Let's see.
First pitch by Roman's just a tad short.
He's also a very smart hitter here, so it's
2-1 count.
Prime position for him.
And like you said, smart hitter takes it to right field, right through the gap. Lance is going to score from second base, and it's 3-1. As OMG marks for the first time on a great piece of hitting by Darren Bishop.
I mean, that you couldn't have asked for. You know, when you've got runners on, you want to move them. You always want to go right side, and he hit that hole just perfectly. And OMG's now on the board, so we're looking like we're going to have a game here.
Sergio Haro's up to bat. Runners at first and second still. Ball 1.
And I don't know if you saw that. He did get hit with the ball. Now, that's another thing here in softball. You know, if the ball does bounce like that, it's not awarded base like it is in baseball. So,
well, I would say that in slow pitch softball, it's always unintentional unless Roman's the pitcher. So we've got a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch, and that is a shot right up the middle in the gap. And the runner's going to score from, no, he's not going to try and score. There's nobody out. We've got the ball bouncing around all over the place. The bases are loaded, and everybody's going to stay put. Nobody's out. Why take a chance? You don't want to make that out at third or home.
You know, and like you, I've played this game, and I've coached this game, and that's one of those plays you just never know. You want to do the right thing, hold your players, because you don't want to run out of something. You're down 2 runs, and now you got the bases loaded with no out. But on the flip side, you see how that ball got away. But
Yes.
you have to have a game plan and you stick to it, and you've got to be consistent with it. And Randy is one of the best at those.
Gary Full at the plate, and Gary takes one down towards first base, and that gets into right field. Runner from third scores. Runner from second is held. We've got a little pickle action here. Roman tosses it back to second. The runner at second is out. The runner at third comes home to score. So we had a little fire drill going there, and as it turns out, we got an out of it, we got a run out of it, and a little something for everybody.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, again, maybe there was some strategic thoughts there behind that, because he sacrificed himself, allowing that run to score from third. But either way, we've got a tie ball game here.
Yep. Alex Oberdejian is the batter. We got a runner at first with one out. First pitch is outside for ball one. Here's pitch. Shot right up the middle. They are working the middle on Roman. And we got runners at first and second, one out. We have a tie ball game. They got 2 runs on that last little fire drill play. So they got a little something going here.
They do. And Bucky, I got to tell you, and I think you'll agree with me on this, we are seeing some really beautiful hitting so far in this game.
Actually, Scotty, I would disagree just because I want to be disagreeable. We got Jonathan Hewitt is up, and we've got runners at first and second with 1 out. Tie ball game. Nice little rally going here for OMG. Here's the pitch. Shot right to the third baseman. Everybody holds their bag, and now we've got 2 down. Danny Butch coming up.
Danny!
Here we go. 2 down. Runners at first and second. Danny Perch. This will be a big hit for him here and a big out for Quake. We'll see. There's the pitch. First one's a little bit deep. 2-1 count. 2 down, 3-3 tie. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And he skies one into deep left field. That ball is back against the fence. They field it. The runner from second scores. The runner from first scores. And here goes Danny into third with a stand-up triple. It's 5-3 OMG on a huge 2-out bomb by Danny Birch.
That, was another great hit, and you can hear there's a lot of fans rooting for OMG back here. Just to give the fans at home a little bit about what's going on with the standings, Quake is in first place. They still have their 2 games to play today. Right behind them in second is the Scorpions, who won both of their games today. So and they're only 1 game out.
Oh boy.
So there is a lot riding on this, between some World Series stuff, the standings, there's a lot going on.
Danny Cotillion is up. He's the leadoff hitter. We've come around here. Danny Birch is on third with 2 outs. Here's a pitch by Roman. And there's a shot into the gap in center, but the left center fielder chases it down for the 3rd out.
I believe that was Bobby Garcia, wasn't that?
That was Bobby Garcia. Speed to burn, huh?
Yeah. All the way from Arizona where it's hot.
All the way from Arizona where it's hot. Yeah, where I'm from.
As hot as Palm Springs.
Not as hot as Palm Springs. No place is as hot as Palm Springs right now. All right, we've got a 5-3 ball game now. OMG makes a great rally that game.
Yes, and I want to let everybody out there know, and you as well, Bucky. We
Me
talked
too.
about the World Series in Tampa.
All right.
And now, later this year, the women will be balling in the Bayou as they head to New Orleans for the Asana Softball World Series, September 18th through the 22nd. This will be the largest Asana event yet, with over 100 teams expected to compete. With 2 hotels just outside the famous French Quarter and overlooking the Mississippi, players will have an exciting time on and off the fields.
I hate to keep preaching it, but there is a team for you out there. Come play with us. Leading off the inning, top of the 3rd is Roman Jimenez, the pitcher. He's hoping to get back a few of those runs they gave up in that inning. It's going to be Roman, Mark Emmelman, and Shea Coolidge to start us off. First pitch is a strike. Roman's got a 1-2 count on him right now.
And we have seen back and forth. OMG was a little shaky on the defense at the beginning, and now, Quake gave up a couple of runs there, so it's kind of back and forth here.
So, it's funny, those first couple of innings, you never really know what you're going to get in any game, but once people settle in and just realize they're playing ball, that's when it really starts happening. So we've got a full count now for Roman, and he would certainly take a leadoff walk. They're chasing 2 runs. Here's the pitch. He swings and grounds one to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it cleanly, makes the long throw, and the first out is recorded.
And I want to jump in here, Bucky, and let everybody at home also know we talked at the beginning, these games are timed and there's 50 minutes, and we've got 25 minutes left in this game, so we are halfway through, and I think we're here in the
top of third.
Top of three.
Yeah, top of three. They go quick.
Yep.
It goes quick. We got Mark Emmelman up. He is the leadoff hitter. He got on first on an error by the shortstop on a throw in the first inning. Here he goes. He swings and he hits one out to right center, and it's right to him, and he's got it for the second out. Shea Coolidge coming up. He's going to hope to get something started here, get a little two-out rally going here. Shea got hit a single the first time up. And here's the pitch.
Order 312 now ready, 312.
He takes it off to the shortstop again, who makes another good play. Quick throw over, and they got him at first. Defense, defense, defense.
And you know, how many times do we see something like that? You know, team gets out there, they get some runs, and then they come back and shut him down. So
it happens all the time. It's called momentum.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And Bucky, I want to take some time again to talk about America's Finest City Softball League. I know we talked about it at the beginning, and we've kind of been mentioning that as well as all of the others around the country. But you know, it is a great place to find friends. They really do become your family. A lot of great events, you know, both on and off the field, and a lot of teams and friends that you just kind of, you know, they transcend time, you know. So
yeah, it is. It's you know, like I said, I've been playing since 1987, and I've got 30-year friends in softball that I still see out here running around. Now we all pull up in wheelchairs, but it's still a lot of fun for us to get out there.
And like you said, there's a team out there for you.
Yeah, That's the Walker team for me. My walker to first base, Joe Cotillion, is leading it off for OMG. And the first pitch by Roman is a ball.
Go boy!
5-3 OMG. We're in the bottom of the third inning. And there's the pitch by Roman. That one's a little inside. Just missed. It's 3-1. And Joe Cotillion would love to be that leadoff walk and get on first base with nobody out. Roman inside, so that's 3 straight balls by Roman. You don't really see that very often. Roman is a veteran pitcher who has great control.
I was just going to jump in and say we don't normally see him walk a lot a lot of players, or batters, I should say.
Yeah, he's out there talking to himself now. That's not his usual. So we got
Troy Camacho's up. Remember, he made those great, was it the second inning? I think he made those 2 great
tremendous plays at third base. 2 tremendous plays at third base. Yeah, he has been the defensive gem here, and it's a shot to second base. It goes off him, and he recovers and makes a great play at second base. Mark Emmelman, and what a play.
He is out there patting himself on the back, and he needs to. That,
absolutely.
You know, we saw him do that earlier. He was played right where he needed to be. It's a tough hit, and that bounced off of him, and he still recovered and made that play.
And give credit to Ralph Castro, the shortstop, who didn't give up on the play when he saw the bobble by Mark.
And was still there.
And was still there,
right.
Absolutely. So here's Keith Berglund up. Keith grounded out his first time up. We got 1 down.
And, you know, Keith does have a lot of power. It looks like they're playing him, you know, with that in mind.
Yep. Here's first pitch by Roman. That's a real good pitch to start him off with.
And for those at home, a lot of times you'll see players, they'll lift their arms like that trying to sway the umpire, but it doesn't look like he was buying it that one this time.
Not Neil. Neil's not buying it. Neil's not fooled. Keith steps out of the box for just a second, gathers himself for a second. Of course, it could be Roman's fault. It usually is.
Well, Roman was up there shaking off the sides.
Here's the pitch. And Keith rips one out to right field. The proverbial can of corn. He makes the catch. And everybody's back to their bases. That's going to be 2 down. And a can of corn. Do you know, Scotty?
I do know.
Tell us.
That is an easy fly ball. And you reach up just like you're taking a can of corn off the top shelf at the grocery store.
Back in the 1920s. Attaboy.
I may have been alive back then.
I certainly was. I was driving. I got my license that year. All right. So we got 2 down and a runner at first. And here's Lance McDermott up. Lance sends one right up the middle, and bobble. He's going to go to first. And they don't get him.
You know,
Mark is just getting worked out there.
And I'm going to commend him, though. You know, I do play second base, and you know those balls do come at you, and he has kept every single one of them in front of him, and he has made a play on every single one. You've got to commend the guy.
And he gets down in front of him, and that's what you got to do. You got to surround that ball. Yep. All right, we got 2 down runners at first and second, and Paul's up. First pitch is a ball inside. Here's the second pitch by Roman. And Paul takes one up the middle. A great play by the shortstop, Ralph Castro. He goes to second base and makes the third out. So some good defensive work by Quake that inning. We've still got a 5-3 game. We're going to head to the top of the 4th inning.
So we're going to do a small recap here. And again, this is Bucky, and I'm Scotty.
Bucky and Scotty. Oh, hi. We're on live TV. Yeah. Oh my God. Fix my hair. Okay. The game has been exciting, well played, and much as we expected. It's 5-3 right now. OMG. We've seen some tremendous defense. Really is the story of this game. The one big bomb we had in by the OMG team. But other than that, it's been some really good, solid hitting, some really good, solid defense, and it looks like the second half of the game is going to be really, really tight. We got what? Okay, I can't see that because I'm old.
Just under 19 minutes.
Thank you, Scotty. We got 19 minutes left. And leading off is Bobby Garcia for the Quake team.
You got it.
Top of the 4th inning.
You know, Quake jumped up top early, 3-0, and then OMG has come back, and it's been 5-3, and we've kind of settled in since then. So. Yep. OMG got that big inning, that 5-run inning, and other than that, it's been a defensive battle. Yeah, and you know, we talked about this a little bit earlier too. You know, Quake just got up there, and OMG was knocking on the door, and they shut him down. And let's see if Quake might strike here.
Yeah, exactly. Bobby takes one to second base. Fielded cleanly, throw on to first. There's one down.
There's been a clinic for second baseman so far today.
Everything's going to the right side. A whole lot happening over on that right side.
I don't know if you saw that. Sergio's out there shaking his hand because Bobby put a spin on that ball.
He drilled it. Mitchell Barnes is up. Our good friend from the Cloud Sports Network, Mitch Barnes, is up. First pitch to Mitch is a ball. That makes it 2-1. One down, nobody on. Here's the pitch. And Mitch sends one out into right center. That's going to drop for a base hit. He scoots around first base and heads on back. So,
you know, I love it when the guys, they always go around that first base. You just never know if the ball's going to get away from somebody, if you're going to draw a throw or what that might be. But I always love watching that little piece of strategy within the game.
Make that big turn. You never know. All right, Joseph Mendoza's up. You got one out. You got runner at first. Here's the pitch. That ball's a strike. We got 1 and 2. This ball's got to be fair. He's got to put it in play. Here's the pitch. And he foul ball, and that is going to be an out.
So now we've got 2 down. So the plot thickens here a little bit for Quake.
Yeah, it does. That is definitely not the result you wanted. Joseph Mendoza, more disappointed than anybody, I'm sure.
And you and I both know from years of playing, I mean, even as a hitter, it's just one of the most frustrating. We've all done it.
We've all done it,
and it's just frustrating.
Yeah. Ralph Castro is going to try and cash something in here with 2 down. He grounds one right up the middle. A great play!
You've got to take your hat off to Alex for that.
Oh, my goodness. What a play. Fantastic by Alex. Fantastic. So go ahead.
I'm just going to jump in here and say that's the 21st out of the game, and it's brought to you by Hey Mark Hey. Mark Robertson Tucker, a Century 21 Award. If you're considering buying or selling a home in the intense San Diego marketplace, or know someone who is, you need an experienced realtor to help guide you through the process. Let Mark Robertson Tucker be that guide. Contact him at heymarkhay.com.
Excellent. So we are heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 5-3 OMG. We got Is this Darren? Darren
It's gonna be
Bishop is
Darren
coming
here.
up.
And we're down to 15, just over a little over 15 minutes. So it is coming down the wire here.
And how does Scotty know this? Because there's a scoreboard way out there in right field that my old vision can't see, but he can see perfectly.
And for those of you at home, it's only 5 feet away.
And Scotty, it was nice having you here today. There's a pop out to second base for the first out by Darren. Oh,
You gotta have fun, you know.
Hey, you've got to. You've got to. All right, Sergio Haro coming up here.
Now we saw him take that strong hit from Bobby, and he was shaking his hand out there.
He sure did. And he drills a deep fly ball into center field, but has got enough air under it, and he drops it. He drops it. Bobby Garcia out there had it. He's still running. The ball's flying around the infield. Sergio Haro has got wheels and speed to burn, and that is a drop that you do not see Bobby Garcia make.
No, not at all. And again, you have to wonder if that's the sun out there playing part of that or not. But you know, on the flip side, I also wanted, you talked about this earlier with Ralph out there not giving up on that bobble by Mark earlier.
Without a doubt.
Well, you know, Sergio didn't give up on that, and that is why he ended up at third, because he hustled the whole time.
He hustled the whole time, even though that was a fly ball that 99% of the time is going to be caught. He was hustling, and he ends up on third with 1 out. And Gary Thole is up and in a great position to get an RBI here with 1 down.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Sergio helped create something here for OMG.
Absolutely. A little speed never hurts. We got a 3-1 count. 3-1 count. 1 down. Here's the pitch. That's a strike right there.
over the
Look
middle
at that.
there,
I
huh?
called that before Neil did.
And it was further away than the scoreboard.
And you're wondering how I'm calling this game. And there's the pitch by Roman. Oh, he struck him out.
You know,
Struck him out.
I gotta say, you know, between these two teams, we don't normally see that, and we've seen it twice in this game.
We have. Hey, maybe a little nerves getting
You
in
know,
there.
there's a lot riding on this game.
Absolutely.
Alex has
All
a
right.
chance to help himself out here.
So we've got that runner at third with 2 outs now. Big strikeout by Roman. Big strikeout. We got Alex Oberdagian up, and I got it again. Here's the pitch. First pitch is outside.
He's gonna have to buy you a beer at the end of this game for that.
I think 2 now.
Okay,
right?
I'll
I got
take
him
one.
the first time in the second. You're not getting my beer. Here's the pitch by Roman. Right down the pipe, and it's a pop up to the third baseman, and he squeezes it for the 3rd out, and they got out of that cheap with a runner at third and 1 out.
You said it there. I want to go ahead and let everybody out there know that more than 1,000 people will converge on San Diego July 13th through the 15th this year as San Diego Pride celebrates its 44th annual event. Watch one of the largest LGBT Pride parades on Saturday, and then catch JoJo and TLC on the main stage at this year's festival. To find out more, visit sdpride.org.
Sounds like a blast, but is it still TLC? Isn't L gone, or isn't T gone?
You know, I am going to tell you, I guess I failed because I did not do my research before this.
Well, there used to be
know.
3 of them.
No,
I think there's
you
only
are
2
right,
now.
man.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. So I have failed.
Scotty, you should have known I'd ask you.
Yeah. Well, we are going to have to find out. And so I think we'll see everybody at Pride amongst the 100,000 people.
The billion people, which is a lot of fun too. You'll find a team there too, for sure.
Yeah,
Ralph Castro is up, leading off for Quake. Here's the first pitch. Shot at the shortstop. He dives and misses it. And Ralph Castro is leading off the inning with a single. Oh, I'm sorry. That was
Jake.
That was Jake. I was a batter behind, folks.
No worries. You're good.
Jake led it off with a single. Ralph was having a cup of coffee on the bench. We got Brian Mortensen up now. Runner at first, nobody out. Quake trailing by 2 runs here in the top of the 5th. A ground ball up the middle. Shortstop dives. It gets by him. And that's 2 plays. Right up the middle. Shortstop's getting dirty. Quake's got a little something cooking here.
And
First and second, nobody out.
And I do want to throw this in for those watching at home. We have a little over 10 minutes. And another thing here is Quake is the visiting team. So depending on what happens with time, this could possibly be their last at bat. So that's another thing you've got to bring into play here. So there's some urgency here on Quake's side to at least get 2 runs to keep this thing alive.
Right. I don't necessarily have to bring in because I can't see the time. But here's Chad Hermendorfer up here with runners at first and second, and he takes one, a little pop fly right behind second base. Shortstop goes out and makes a great play by Daniel Cotillion. That had disaster written all over it.
Wow. You know, and I'm going to tell you that was a great play, but I don't know if you saw both of those runners held up. So had he dropped that ball, that would have also been interesting to see because there may have been an out recorded at one of the bags.
Might have been able to come back to second base, the closest bag there.
Yep. But man, what a great over the shoulder on. He's playing shortstop, and he was all the way on the second.
Yeah. Here's Bill Mora up, and that's a little dumper into right field. It's going to drop, and the runners are going to hold. We've got a bases loaded, 1-out situation for Quake.
And look who's coming to the plate.
Roman Jimenez coming to the plate in a very big situation for his team.
And he's walking up there with no sweat on his brow, like he's been here time and time again.
And you know what he has?
And
Roman's been here a long time, but he's going to milk this moment.
Yeah,
I know
he is.
Roman, he's going to milk it a little bit right now.
I was just going to say we know him well enough. He's probably telling a joke.
He absolutely is. Like you said before, you got to have fun, and he is the king of it. All right, here we go. Bases loaded, 1 out. Roman gets up there and takes first pitch deep for a ball. It's 5-3. Here's the pitch. Roman hits a little pop behind third base. The shortstop's going to track that one down just like he did the one behind second base. And that is going to be 2 down. That brings up the leadoff batter, Mark Emmelman.
I'm telling you, there's a lot going on in this game. Every time you turn around, it's a tense situation. It's just the plot keeps thickening and thickening.
I'm not tense, Scotty. I'm not tense. Are you tense over there?
I'm not. I'm just talking about these guys on the field.
We're having a great time here. Yeah. Okay, so we got 2 down here. Mark Emmelman is up. A single scores 2 runs if you think about it, and that's what they need to tie up this game. Here's the first pitch. And he sends one out into right center, and he's got him played perfectly and squeezes it for the 3rd out. It's still 5-3 heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Wow.
You know, it's interesting there because, you know, Quake was, like I said, they were knocking on the door and they had
bases loaded, 1 out.
Yeah. You know, and like you said, you just never know in this game. But now that clock is going to become a factor because there's just over 7 minutes left now. Right. Now, I will tell you that is enough time to get 3 outs. But it's going to be strategic here to see how this game plays out. And, you know, they string together a couple hits here. We'll see it. But, you know, I've been in the situations, I'm sure you have, when all of a sudden the inning ends and there's 30 seconds or 3 seconds and they play another one.
Yes, and you got to put in that whole full inning coming around. We got Jonathan Hewlett leading off Danny Birch, who hit that bomb to left field his first time up, and Danny Cotillion at the top of the order. So here we go. 5-3, bottom of the 5th. We got a barn burner.
Yes, we do.
And here comes the first pitch by Roman. That ball's a little bit deep. Ball 1, ball 2. See how I added that other one?
Yep,
I added that other one in there real
fast
quick.
pitch.
Here's the second pitch. That ball is outside. It's now 3-1. Roman doesn't want to give up that leadoff walk.
And we normally don't. I bet you he's going to come back with one right over the plate, I bet you. We'll see what Jonathan does with it.
Scotty, the soothsayer, knows exactly what he's talking about. There's a strike for a full count here. And Danny Birch is up next, and he has got some serious pop as we learned the first time. Here's the pitch, full count. And he grounds one slowly to third. Play is made, and the throw is a good one. And they get him. Joseph Mendoza makes a good play at third, a good strong throw over to Chad, and we've got 1 down.
And just a little over 6 minutes. I know I keep bringing that up, but for those of you at home that can't see it, I just want you to know what's going on. Because when we're at the end of any game that we're watching, you always are checking that clock.
Absolutely, it's really important. And in baseball, the clock doesn't play a factor. In these games, it plays a huge factor. There's a foul ball by Danny Birch, and but he hit that one hard too. So
you know, and that was inside. Did you see how he turned on that?
He turned on that quickly.
Had some pop on that.
That's a young man's swing when you can turn on it like that. That's for sure. So we got two strikes on him now. We got 1 down, nobody on, And here's the pitch by Roman. Let's see if he throws him some junk up there to see if he can get him to do something. Threw it inside again. Tried to get him to pull it back out on the foul and it didn't work. So we've got a 2-2 count.
Order is 325 still ready.
Here's the
325
pitch,
still
and he
ready.
smokes one right up the middle. Shortstop makes a great play on it. The throw is wide and out. It went over the fence, so Danny's going to get second base on that.
Yeah, and that's another rule. We didn't discuss that one because it doesn't happen too often. But anytime there's a ball that is thrown that goes out of the field of play, the runner is normally awarded one more base, depending on where they're at. And in that situation, that ball went either into the dugout or beyond the dugout, which is out of play. So they awarded him one more base.
Right. All right, we're back to the top of the lineup. Danny Cotillion is up. We got one down, and we got Danny Birch at second base. Here's the first pitch. That's a ball inside. 2-1 count. See, I finally got it. Here's the next pitch by Roman. That one looks a little outside. We got a 3-1 count. Let's see if Roman can come back and get this one from 3-1.
Well, looks like Danny got something in his eye there.
And perhaps he just wanted to see where the camera was. Here it goes. We got a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one's right down the pipe. So Roman comes back. It's a full count now. One down.
We're looking a little over 4 minutes left in this game. So Quake right now needs to get these outs to get another chance, and OMG is trying to run the clock out.
That's it. And here's the pitch, and there's he takes it to the right side. Great play by the right fielder. And Danny goes to third, and Daniel Cotillion does some smart hitting, takes it to right field, and we've got runners at first and third with one out. His brother Joe Cotillion's coming up.
Let's go boys!
Here's an opportunity to add on.
Yep.
This is big.
Quake is hoping for a double play here. You know, they need that.
First pitch, he skies one out into right field, and that's probably going to score a run on it. He didn't tag at third. The throw comes home, a good throw. So Quake survives with one out. A great play by the right fielder.
And OMG also played that smart for two reasons. You know, as we keep talking about the time being a factor, but if that's the third out at home, you know, in this game, you want to preserve that run because you've got a great hitter up here. Randy Miller's coming in, and he is one of the best. I don't know if you've seen him over the years, but he is one of the best. They're subbing in Randy.
Randy Miller's coming up. He's subbing for Troy Camacho here as a hitter, and he is a veteran. And what they want here is they want that run from third. I mean, he's not going to put it out of here, but he's going to get it into play and hopefully make something happen here.
All the years I played against Randy, you know, you just don't know how to play him defensively. He will find a hole somewhere.
Mr. Consistency,
Yep.
Absolutely. And looks like he drew a walk.
Whoa.
Oh, I was going to say he drew a
I
walk,
thought so too. It was a late call there by our friend Neil.
Neil is pulling a fast one on us announcers up here.
Drama.
So we got a full count here, and here's the pitch by Roman. And Randy grounds one to third. And the toss to second, and they got him. And Quake escapes with first and third, one out. And they did it.
They did it.
They did it with Randy Miller coming up there. Wow, 5-3. We're going to the top of the sixth inning here. There's only 2 minutes left in the game, so this potentially, more than likely, is going to be it. Quake needs 2 to tie and 3 to win.
Yeah, and well, 3 to continue the game. So
3 to continue. Sorry.
You know, set the stage here. You know, like you said, if they don't score at least 2, the game they will not finish the inning if they don't score at least 2.
Right.
So
Right.
there's that's a matter of pressure too. You know.
Absolutely, and you know we got the heart of the order coming up. We got Shea Coolidge, Bobby Garcia, and Mitchell Barnes. So you know this is where you want it. This is where you want it. You want to come up with your last potential at bat with your big boys hitting, and we got the big boys. 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Shea Coolidge is going to start it off. They don't need to be greedy. They just need to find a little something and add on to it.
And you're right. This is the time when you just got to play smart. You know, you don't do anything special. You just got to play your game.
Yep. And here's the first pitch. And that is outside for ball 1. Really important for Shea to get on here. If he can draw a walk, he would be happy to take it.
And on the flip side, OMG would love to get this first out.
They sure would. First out's always the hardest. That's ball 3 there, though. We've got a 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one looks like it's going to go inside, and he draws a leadoff walk, which is huge. You want to get that leadoff runner on.
And now we've got the tying run with Bobby.
Bobby Garcia
He's
is
got
up.
some pop.
He drove all the way from Phoenix. Let's see if it was worth the drive. Here's the pitch. Ball one. Ball one.
Alex is leaving those pitches just short.
Here's the second pitch. Right outside. That's 3-1. Alex has lost a little bit of the mojo here. Let's see if he can bring it back like Roman did last inning.
Are you starting to get a little tense here?
And that's a strike. It's a full count. No, Scotty, I am not tense. I promise. They don't need my tension along with all theirs on the field.
And as this next pitch gets pitched, time's going to run out here. So this will be the
Here's
last
the pitch.
inning.
And Bobby smokes it up the middle. They turn to second for one, on to first. And it's a wild throw. And Bobby does not advance. He does not advance. They are giving him second. Neil is giving him second base. Ball, and thus the ball went into the dugout. So,
He's
like you
saying
said
that
before,
it went in the dugout and
right,
bounced back
that's
out.
correct.
I must have missed that. So for those that are not able to see the field here, there is a space in the fence where that ball can go all the way through past the dugout.
Right.
Now, to me, it looked like from our vantage point that it had hit the fence and not gone out of the field of play because it bounced back in.
Right.
And I think that's what Randy is now. Randy's out at the plate and he's arguing that.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's what Neil is explaining to him.
Yeah. Maybe it hit one of the solid posts in there on the inside and it bounced right back out into the field. That'd make it happen. So let's set the stage here. We've got the cleanup hitter, Mitchell Barnes, up. There's one out. We got a runner on second. Quake is chasing 2 runs. Time is out, according to my clock watcher, Scotty here. And we got one down.
And the tension builds.
Okay, we're tense. We're all tense. Here's the first pitch. And Mitch takes the one. It's a little dinker out into right center field. They make the catch. No tag at second. So we are now with 2 outs. Man on second. Quake's chasing 2 runs. And Joseph Mendoza has got to make something happen here.
Like we said, there's a lot riding on this game. If OMG does pull this out, that will put the Scorpions in a tie for first with Quake.
Holy smokers.
And I think OMG will either then be in third, I believe. I think they might be in third.
And the outside pitch is outside. He takes it to second. The throw to first. And that is ball game. That is ball game. That was a fantastic ball game, Scotty.
And we had all the runs early, and sometimes that happens. And then all of a sudden it's just a defensive battle from there. And that's what we have.
It really did. The defense really stepped up and shut things down on both sides of the ball. Absolutely. The defense was great. We had the runs in the first 3 runs by Quake in the first inning, and then the 5-run inning by OMG, and nothing else.
Nothing.
So
Nothing else but a good story.
Nothing but a good story, and a game that we absolutely expected to end up just exactly like this.
Yeah.
So that was just a tremendous, tremendous game. 5-3, just what you'd expect. Quake has another game here. If they win this next game, they still have an opportunity to end up in first place. Am I correct?
That's correct. And if they do not, then it looks like the Scorpions will end up taking first.
Ah,
So,
okay.
again, there's a lot riding on this.
So there's some big games coming up. We unfortunately are not broadcasting the next game. So
Drive on out to Poway.
Hop in your car. Come on out to the Poway Sportsplex. There's lots of good beer.
We have Bobby from Arizona. You're from Palm Springs. And who was it that drove down from L.A.?
Somebody drove from LA. Yeah, Jake drove from LA.
Others have done it.
Yeah,
Come on down.
come on down. What's your problem? Get in the car.
$3, and your price of admission helps go towards your beer or your
Exactly.
soda.
We would like to thank all of you for joining us on the Cloud Sports Network for what was just a tremendous game. Scotty, I can't tell you what a pleasure it was working with you. We had a blast,
Yes.
and I look forward to many more with you. What a joy.
Yeah, it was a great game, and like you said, it was kind of what we expected. We knew it was going to be that. We just didn't know who was going to be on the winning side.
So our thanks to our crew here, Mitch and Laura and Roman, for getting us all set up. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cloud Sports Network. Watch for us, because we will be here.
Have a good day, guys.